Good morning, Heidi Foy here with Bullfrog Creatives, and you are joining us live for VisitCasper CNFR Morning Show. I have with me this morning, if you guys have been on the Bullfrog Creatives platform at any point in time, you probably know this guy, Mr. Jim Boy Hash. So he's going to be kind of running through some good information with us this morning. Jim Boy, thanks for coming this morning.
You bet.
Listen, you were giving me a hard time because you were like, is there anybody else? I don't think there's anybody else I would rather start this show with.
I just figure everybody's tired of seeing me and you together.
Well, they might be. We'll never know. We'll never know. You guys, there's a couple of really great things going on down here at Lou Tauberts this morning. We have 3 student athletes from Casper College that are down here signing autographs. If y'all want to come down and get some signatures, get some autographs, do a little bit of shopping, maybe a lot of shopping. We're super excited to be, I guess, for them to host us. So without further ado, let's get to chatting. So first of all, how many years have you been, how many years have you been coaching? How many years have you been in Casper for the CNFR?
I've been coaching at Garden City officially 25 years now. Been coming to Casper a long
About
time.
that. Yeah.
Probably. Long time. But yeah, it's good to be here.
That's great. So do you have any, do you have any student athletes here?
No,
this
I
year?
didn't have anybody make it this year. I had a bronc rider that was kind of close and breakaway roper, a couple breakaway ropers that were close, but
yeah,
just didn't make it. Maybe next year. But.
Yeah. So how many, let's talk about your role as the goat contractor. How many goats, like when do you start to prepare, I guess, the pen of goats that you bring for this event?
Oh, for my deal, like I'll have 70 head of goats throughout the wintertime, taking them to the little junior rodeo series there in Dodge City. And I do several of the college rodeos in our region and a lot of high school, Little Britches rodeos. So I have quite a few anyhow.
Yeah.
I had a pretty good idea in April. I kind of started hauling some of them to the rodeos and told the girls, I said, these are what we're going to use this year. We're going to been using younger, fresher ones the last few years, but I told them last year, they're going to be bigger this year. So maybe the times aren't as fast, but hopefully they're more even.
Yeah.
There's one goat here that I brought 30 head for them. They needed 18 head. And there's one that got put in there that acted okay at break-in. I wasn't real sure about using him.
Yeah.
But
he got stuck in the pot.
Yeah, he got put in there. They used some that I wouldn't have and some that I would have didn't make it in there, but I just kind of left it up to them to figure it out. But anyhow, it's an even pen. You're not going to see as many 5s as you've seen the last few years here.
And you think that's because they are a little heavier?
Just a little bigger, heavier. They might swing a little harder. But I don't know, but they're going to be more reliable.
So what have you heard? What kind of feedback have you gotten from some of the girls and the coaches?
I think they all like them. It's funny though. I don't know. Funny is the right word.
Right.
But at break-in, like the girls from down south, South Texas, I don't think they see the Nubian type goats with a leg on them like they see here. I think they're kind of warned about it, but I think they're used to tying the little small boar goats.
So what do you think is the difference between the two? I mean, as far as their approach is concerned.
Well, they just have a hard time finding any down there. So, I mean, they try to find anything with less belly and more leg that they can find, but it's tough. So they get up here and they figured out to kind of get a hold of me and see if they can take the cuts and practice on them for the week. But when I started doing this, I figured I wanted to compare a goat to a good steer wrestling steer, a good Coriander. I didn't want to run a short fat Hereford. So that's why. And these goats are a little over a year old. They've been getting tied since about July last summer. We'll kind of I'll start some at the Little Bitches finals. I got 30 or 40 head of fresh ones that we'll get to working on when we get home, and they'll be the junior girls goats at the National Little Bitches finals here in July. Them will probably be the ones that'll be here next year.
Gotcha.
So if they hire me back.
Right. Right. Well, I had an opportunity. We had some girls out to our place on Friday night after you guys had broke the goats in. And I think they must have had a couple of your ones that were cut. And I mean, they were all, making comments about like, you're going to have to lift a little bit. You're going to have to use your legs a little bit. And kind of the difference between someone that has a little more height versus a shorter gal.
Yeah.
And how that technique changes with the weight.
Yeah,
of the goat.
flank becomes a little more critical, getting one flank and getting them out of the, a few years ago, one of the girls on my own team at OSU, she drew the biggest goat in the pen in the short go. She was, oh my gosh, I said, just flank him. You get him flanked and it's over. You win the rodeo. And she got a good flank, wins the rodeo.
Yeah. And I think it's really interesting to think that, what are we talking weight wise? Like 6-7
when I
pounds?
weighed them the other day. The lightest goat I brought was 47 pounds. The heaviest goat was 52. Number 380 was the heaviest one. He weighed 52 pounds. The rule for college rodeos, 40 to 50 pounds.
Okay.
So last year they probably averaged 42, 43.
Okay.
I mean,
so some cases up to 10 pounds.
Yeah. It's tricky. Like 10 pounds is a big window for a goat, for a tying goat. But like I say, I weighed them the other day and they weighed 47 to 52. So I figured at 52, he'll be 50 by the time I get him here. And I sort them into 3 different pens all week while I'm here. Okay. Like I have a feed them up, a maintain them, and a hold them back pens.
Gotcha. I think we've talked about that too in the past. So how are the goats looking? We're the start of the 3rd round now. All of them have been run.
And I have them fed up a little bit better as a whole for that first morning.
Yeah.
And then the second morning, kind of moderate them all back a little bit. And now we're into the performances. And I'll have them to where you can kind of go after one. Okay.
So then once everybody gets that 3rd go and we're ready for Saturday night, how do you decide, or how is it decided what goats are brought back?
Whatever the girls that qualified for short go, them 12 girls, whatever goats they had in the 3 previous go rounds.
Okay. All of them will be in the draw.
Eligible for the draw, which means the one that's already kind of been getting up on a few.
Yeah.
There was 2 girls yesterday morning that blitzed him. They win 1st and 4th in the 2nd round on him.
So he's coming back.
He's going to be in the short go. So the worst one on him could be in the short go, which they got by him. So somebody else should have to run him now.
Yeah.
But it also means the way they do the draw, a goat can be run 3 times. And the best goat might still be in the trailer during the short go. It's not the very best goats in the short go. It's whoever made it back. That's what goes in the draw. They
bring their goats with them and then they draw. Okay, that's great. So let's talk a little bit. Earlier this week, we will get off goat time. I think you and I could probably talk about goat time for.
We can change subject.
Yeah, you're ready.
It's like when I come to Casper, the goat guy,
goat guy.
I do other things.
I do.
But if there's any goat tires out there, it's not a bad place to come to school.
There you go. Yeah, at least you know you got good goats to tie. So I'm really interested. I know that you were in attendance to our event on Monday afternoon. So Bullfrog Creatives partnered with Smarty Rodeo, Western Sports Foundation, and Crave Coaching and Consulting to provide the inaugural Coach's Edge Summit. We were excited to do it because we were putting it on, but I would love to get, some feedback from you, what your thoughts were on it, and kind of, what you hope to see in the future.
Well, I didn't have any choice. I didn't actually sign up to go. And then Katie, we had supper the other night, and Katie Hollingsworth with Crave Coaching told me I had to be there. Like, you're coming? Why didn't you sign up? I said, I didn't figure I had an inside, track, so I didn't have to sign up. But no, it was good. I actually took some notes. I came away from there. The speaker, I can't say his name again.
JK.
But I came away from there with some things to take back. I'm excited for my first meeting this fall with my team, which I have some good kids coming. I'm as excited about my team as I ever have been. Yeah. So I have some things to start out the year positive, gung ho, ready to go. But no, it's good. It's good to come here. And there's coaches that'll come here for professional development. Yeah. And so that's good. To have these opportunities besides just the coaches' breakfast to get together. It's good that there's something put together. And so with the Western Sports Foundation behind it, helping athletes in all disciplines and all levels. I think they did a little deal at the high school finals last year too.
Yeah,
I went to that
I
little
think they're
deal.
coming back this
They
year
had Doug
too.
Champion at that deal, and I didn't stay for that part. I figured I'd just go walking.
Well, it was good. I mean, from our standpoint, I think we were hoping our first initial number was if we could get 25 coaches, that'd be a good first year.
Yeah.
And I think that we had 22 pre-registered within 2 days of putting the information out. So I think with the support of Smarty Rodeo and kind of the three organizations combined, it should continue to grow. So I would say, one of the things that kind of a goal that is very synergistic between the three companies is that we're all trying to pour into student athletes and or coaches just to make the industry better. So independently, we all offer really good services, but combined, I think we're going to be able to make some good movement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Smarty products that they have, I'm probably going to end up getting one of the Robo Broncs.
Yeah.
I do have a stationary machine, but I've been wanting to try one of the Robo Broncs. So we're going to try to raise some money to get us a Robo Bronc. I like to have all the tools that we can. I feel like we provide a lot of good practice opportunities. So one of the things I liked that was mentioned, I don't remember which speaker was talking about Kobe Bryant and Shaq.
Yes.
And there's no I in team, but there is in winning.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take that back and tell my team, I've always, you always hear that there's no I in team, but there is an I in winning. That means stick around after practice, rope the dummy a little more by yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. Well,
and you bring up a good point because very rarely do you hear that side of it. We always hear the no I in team. And so I think that, it makes you look at it from a different standpoint. What else did he say about your basement?
Yeah.
Kind of raising your basement.
Yeah.
If this is your basement, you will
rise above your basement.
Rise above your basement and you'll fall to the level of your See, I should have taken notes. He'll be texting me pretty quick and telling me what the heck I missed. But really good stuff. And I think that also, the gentleman that you mentioned is Josh Kalinowski. He is the owner of the brokerage that Josh and I hang our real estate license at. And so he pours into us in our office meeting like that. So we've heard a lot of the information that he has. But one of the benefits, I think, of having those outside of the industry connections is just bringing something new to the game. And, if he's a coach now for his kiddos' baseball teams, but, he also was a professional baseball player. So he's got a unique perspective and, as a coach, but also as one that was coached at, I would equate the collegiate level. It's pretty dang close to the professional level. So it's not a lot of step up from there.
It goes hand in hand in rodeo and pretty much does in every other sport anymore.
Yeah, for sure. Well, so along those same lines, we're gonna get deep about something that Jim Boy has shared with me and agreed to talk to you guys about. Something that I think is, I'll tell you, it's been a push in the state of Wyoming for sure, and that is bringing mental health and mental health awareness to the forefront in the agriculture world. And we were given an opportunity through the affiliation with Western Sports Foundation. They bring a lot of different tools in for our coaches, for our rodeo athletes, and one of them is kind of the mental health aspect. And so I'm going to have you just share your story, or would you like me to ask questions?
No, I'll just pretty much. Everybody knows in 2020, COVID hit, and man, it had a lot of people down and out, you know. And that's Western Sports Foundation. They talk about mental health, and Ty Posabone was mentioned the other day, and it's a difficult thing. And in the rodeo world, we're all too tough to admit, that there's something going on in your head, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. It's no different than like you twist your ankle. You're going to go to the doctor
Yep.
or you break your arm, you're going to go get it fixed, So the mind is no different. Anyhow, through our college, they have a deal where they draw blood and do our diagnostics, all that, run everything and get you checked out. So then, and I did it a few years ago, and pretty much I was told you're pretty good for the shape you're in, but maybe just try a little, exercise a little bit more, which we all should do, eat a little better. But then since that deal, there's probably, the college is always bringing in speakers, and we have to bring all the athletes in, and there's a few different speakers talking about reach out to someone if you're going through some things, and they were speaking to me, but I just couldn't really, and so finally this last fall, they come and run our diagnostics. I go meet with Jamie. They're at our Grow Well clinic in Garden City, and she goes through everything with me, all the, and she's like, anything else? And I'm like, yes, there is. I finally made that step, and I just told her, I said, in college can be tough. It can be the funnest years of your life, and it can be some of the hardest times of your life. And I remember when I was in junior college, I wasn't winning like I was used to winning, couldn't get the girl I wanted. Just, all these things just compounding, broke, little ways from home, but that's all right. But went down to the barn one night and had a visit with my horse, with old Alf. And then I just went and sat in the bleachers there at the practice pen and just,
zoned out.
And it was a pretty dark time. And there's been some other times when the day that Larry Larner passed, and the same day my son's Jalen's bulldog horse got out, broke his leg, and we had to put him down. And that was a rough day. There's just been several times. And so I was visiting with Jamie, and I kind of told her, and she goes, dude, how long has this been going on? I'm like, well, since college, And she's like, yeah, you need to, So she put me on some medicine, some depression medicine, and it helped. It helped my marriage. It helped my relationship with my team. It helped my outlook on my job.
Yeah.
Because like I say, since COVID, and there are some things at the college that went on, but we have a great administration now. Things are good. But I don't know. It was good to just they put me on some medicine, and I did have some counseling. I met with a lady, a telehealth lady out of Kansas City 3 or 4 times this last winter, and she released me, said you're good, but no, it like I say, it helped my marriage, things at home, my job. So back to the beginning of this, it's tough for us to reach out. It's tough for us to ask for help if you're going through things, and I don't know, this brain might be worth examining someday. For anybody that knows me, it was like the deal the other day when they, everybody stand up at the beginning and sit down. If you think the mental picture of things is 30, how much percent mental is rodeo, 30%, 40%, everybody standing, and then you get up to 80% mental.
A couple people
some
start
sit down, 100%, everybody sitting down. Well, I'm still the one standing,
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's 120% mental. And I'm like, I had no ability, it's all mental. But no, it's we're scared to reach out. But,
why do you think that is?
Just because you might think, well, there's nothing wrong with me.
Yeah.
And I've been told
that might be the biggest one.
And
you just think it's one of those things you have to work through.
And I feel better. They've told me, they said, no, it's good to tell people your story.
Yeah.
And so it does help me feel better. It gives me a brighter outlook.
Yeah.
And hopefully I do help someone else, decide, well, maybe I will reach out and say something to somebody. You see these deals on social media. Well, there's the young bronc rider here not too long ago, and everybody's like, man, call me.
Yeah. Photographer.
Reach out to a friend, but even more than that, go call. I did. It's kind of a jokingly deal, but I did call suicide hotline one night, and they were terrible.
Oh, that's like, not great.
I was like, oh my goodness, wow, if I didn't want to commit suicide then, I sure wouldn't now. But
Man.
I don't know. It's
Well, and
just like, have you thought of it? I'm like, well, why'd I call you?
Yeah, why would I be calling? Well, and I
got off the phone. I called my buddy Mike Greenleaf, and he made me feel better.
So,
but I'm not paying him for anything,
Yeah, no. I mean, he might expect friendship dues.
Yeah.
But tell him to put it on your tab.
Yeah.
So I think you bring up a really good point that there are a lot of local resources. I don't know where everybody's joining us from, but look into that for local resources. I wish I knew the phone number. I want to say it's like 811.
You can Google,
you can search anywhere. And I would say too, if you guys are watching and you're in Casper and you have questions or you want to talk to Jim Boy about his story, like I can guarantee that you would be willing to speak to anybody about it.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think that's another question that I have too is, have you, in sharing your story, have you been able to make some good connections with other people, other kids?
Yeah. And even in my program, I had 2 students this year I went to counseling with that came to my office. And so I think that's good. I always wonder, I always say I thought I was good enough to make the NFR. If I'd have got in with some guys and just really went, but I didn't really like traveling. But I think the ultimate deal is God put me here for a reason to do some things and help some kids. And I guess that was more important than my own, which things are great. But
yeah,
I mean, like I say, I think I was the poster child of head trauma through the years, through my bronc riding days and my steer wrestling days when I was younger. And I don't know if that's what it all was or what, but no, I think it's been good that I can share things with my kids. And that's Dale Hirschman had me share a little bit at church at Fort Scott this spring.
Yeah.
Basically, he wanted me to share a little bit about the fires in the Texas Panhandle, where my folks' barn got burned up. And then I kind of transitioned into this story a little bit and how I have a young lady on my team who lost her father and her stepfather, who she loved both of them, lost them both in a short amount of time. I'm like, man, you think you got it bad?
Yeah.
And if you do commit suicide, all you're doing is hurting your loved ones. My wife says you're being selfish if you do that. That's why that's the one thing that's probably stopped me.
Yeah.
It's because I didn't want her to kick my ass if I did make it to heaven.
And I'll just say, this community, Casper, is where I live and where we're filming from, but has been struck. I feel like it's just one after another, but here recently, kind of in our 4-H world, we had a young girl, and it really created the conversation at home that I was not prepared to have with my 12 and my 9-year-old. And just talking, when you're 12 and everything is huge. Everything is huge. What you wear to school, what you don't wear, who you talk to, like everything is just really relation with our young, even younger than college, that permanent solution to a temporary problem. And like, there's nothing too big to come back and talk to us about. And I think that just unfortunately, starting to have those conversations a little bit younger is necessary. So.
And I need to go back because I said, if I make it to heaven, I plan on being in heaven. But if you commit suicide, I don't. That's up to God Himself, our Creator. But I didn't mean to say if, because I do plan on. Yeah. But if I would have done it, who knows?
Yeah, and I think we got real deep there for a little bit. And I'll be honest with you, I've got some comments on here thanking you for sharing your story. So I think that speaks volumes to our community. I would say that although not a topic that anybody
it's tough. It's tough. And I can't believe I did it without crying because I get pretty emotional.
I was getting a little red nosed over here. I just think that it speaks volumes. And I've said this to you before because we've worked on a lot of different projects over the past 5 years. Your character shines through in everything that you do, and more so today than I've probably ever seen, and your heart and your passion for what you do. And I would just say I've talked to a lot of rodeo coaches, and they could be taking some notes from you, sir.
Well, I've always been the cut up in the room. I served on the board. I was a faculty director in the region, and I really do, when it comes down to seriousness and production things and rodeo, and I don't share, you know, as coaching. Like even one of my girls on my team, Jesme, this year, she's like, she seen me have a little private session with one of my sons one day, and she told my wife, she goes, I wish he would coach us like this. But to me, I have to see that the kids want it.
Right.
If I know kids, they're set in their ways and I don't know nothing, that's fine. But, you know, if they're willing to listen. But I tell people, number one, I don't care if you make it to the NFR from here or what, or make it here to the college finals, which is great. You know, there's girls coming out from the Breakaway Open last night. How'd it go? Not good. And I said, well, just keep smiling. The sun will shine tomorrow, you know.
Yep.
This ain't the ultimate deal. But hopefully when kids come to me, they leave as better people.
Yes, sir.
That's my main goal.
Yeah.
Keep your twine picked up. That's my biggest pet peeve. Keep your bail and twine picked up.
Mine too. Why is that so hard?
I don't know. It drives me crazy. Even when I put out round bells with the net wrap to my bucking horses, if there's one little piece left, it might get left for a few days because I can't get it all off of there, but I don't just leave it laying around.
Keep your twine picked up.
Yes.
Coat of the West right there. Well, you guys, we are about 30 minutes in. We're going to take a quick, let me push the right buttons here. We're going to take a quick little break and we will be right back.
Nestled between Casper Mountain and the North Platte River, you'll find the heart of Wyoming. With a bustling downtown centered around our outdoor haven, Casper is for adventurers, freedom seekers, and rule breakers who find beauty off the beaten path. So if touchable history, a vibrant community, and uninterrupted outdoor recreation define your travel itinerary, allow us to welcome you to the one and only Casper, Wyoming. Plan your trip at VisitCasper.com.
All right. Thanks for staying with us, you guys. Hey, we probably should talk a little bit about like what's going on in Casper. So we are just had the first evening performance, just started the third round of the CNFR. And we just had that last night. We're going to be going into, what do we got? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Third round stretches out between all those evenings. So we're 2/3 of the way, 3/4 of the way through-ish. What stands out for you?
Number one, judges. Whoever's judge there, I'm going to tell you, judges, give the points away. Ira Dickinson last night, what was he, 84.5? Like, let it, 86, 88. Come on.
Yeah.
You're not going to see a horse that good. I mean, maybe at the NFR. And that dude spurred that. I mean, classic, great ride.
Yeah.
Give him the points. The other thing that sticks out in my mind, Lacey Shala, dude's a beast. I don't know if we'll ever see him to college finals again.
Yeah, he'll step up.
That kid's legit. His mom made him go to school, but
moms are always right. I hope my kids are watching. So he's a freshman.
Yeah.
So Wasey showed up in the bareback riding and the bull riding, and I mean, I say showed up, qualified in the bareback riding and the bull riding, and showed up.
Yeah.
So
this is a kid who he couldn't even.
Timberman in the first round.
I can't tell you all that. Probably.
We're not results driven.
Yeah.
We just like
Where's
to talk.
Tony?
Yeah, we need Tony here for stats, but showed up like. He didn't just make it. Like he is on a mission.
Lacey couldn't get into the bull riding at the winter rodeos. He didn't have qualification. He didn't have enough money earned to get in the big time winter rodeos. But they just take him in the bareback ride. And now he's finally kind of showing them what he can do in the bull riding. I think he got into some extreme bull deals, but no, that kid, and a good kid. I'm pretty sure he's a good kid.
Yeah.
So that's good to see as well. But man, I heard Dickinson. What a bronc ride.
Yes.
Anyhow, and the girl from Tarleton, Tori, she wins the first 2 rounds of the goat time.
Yeah.
And then I guess the second goat was the bad one that she kind of had.
Okay.
So then she went again last night. Wasn't as fast, but she'll be back.
So she was the one that kind of stumbled. Still pulled out a 7.
Yeah, I thought she's going down.
I did too.
Yeah.
But she kept up. I mean, I wouldn't say she kept on her feet, but she still got to him. Listen, if you can kind of stumble like that and still be a 7, I took some video. In fact, I should reach out to some of my friends that are in the highway department because I would love to have a gun not a gun. We're good. Speed. What the heck is that called?
Radar.
Thank you. Not a gun. Oh my gosh. But a radar to see how fast some of those horses are moving when those girls are stepping off. And because I would bet like 20, 30 miles an hour. Look at, we have a live audience making faces at us, which is what we expected. So who was I talking to? I think it was Damian White, because he was talking about those girls stepping off the horse saver and they were telling him to go faster. And he was like, I'm already going 40. I still have to have room to stop after you get off. And so he stopped. He's like, we're not going any faster than 40. But if they're practicing stepping off at 40, they're probably prepared for anything. I can't imagine.
That's unbelievable how much of an athlete them girls are.
Yeah.
And not to stay on Goat Town all day long, but
I was just thinking
I think it should be right there at the breakaway open in the professional ranks, but that's just me.
Well, I think you have a whole lot of people that would agree with you, and probably a few that don't, but that's all right.
Let's see. I haven't even really paid much attention to the barrel racing. It happens to early in the morning for me. I'm still gathering up goats to get them up the mountain. And,
honestly, I have not done a very good job myself getting there at 7 o'clock in the morning. I do know Tacey Matthews, CNFR qualifier. She's good on her first and her second and her third.
Yeah.
So she'll be coming back. Also, did she win it last year?
Maybe.
Tony. So she'll be coming back. And she's got, her horse just loves that pin. She's been sub 14 all 3 runs. There was another sub 14 last night. I want to say like an 8 something, 13-8 maybe. Man, we're showing it. We need a statistician here.
I don't know. None of my barrel racers made it, so.
Right. So you're kind of tunnel vision on the goats.
I just came to golf.
That's tomorrow.
Yeah.
You're good. All right. What else stands out for you? I know that you're a steer wrestler at heart, so talk to us about steer wrestling.
There's some good steers in there. Tryson Kalawaya from Alva. He was really good on his first 2. He had a little tougher steer last night, but he'll be back in short go, and someone else will have to draw at that steer, I suppose. But the kid from Utah, I couldn't really see the run last night, but it must have been a good run. He's winning the average. He's leading the average. Looks like a big kid. He ought to be able to bulldog, I suppose. So,
yeah. No, I did see his run, and I would say I think a lot of the steers didn't really take the shaping and the throwdown as good as I think one would hope. But
it's good to see good, strong cattle in the bulldogging, not just a bunch of little. We don't need a bareback rider making the short go in the bulldogging.
Well, there's something to be said with that, because I think when we talk about crowning our national champions, we want to make sure that we crown the national champion, not just the one that kind of managed to throw down a.
And I will say the format we have compared to when me and you were, you're a little younger than me, but it was 2 and a short in Bozeman back in the 90s.
I'm a little younger than him. Don't let this gray hair fool you.
But it is nice that it's 3 and a short now.
Yeah.
Because there might be a breakaway upper back on with a barrier.
Yeah.
The bronc ride, and you might come back. Might come back on 1. I don't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it could.
They kind of, I would say last night's rodeo, I think, was a struggle across the board. I mean, there were some really great rides and some people that really competed last night, but there were also some kind of bad luck situations.
Well, the Southwick Broncs were out last night, so that makes it a little interesting. And then I think they had all the bulls out last night, and they bought.
They did. The bulls certainly won. Last night. If you guys were able to make it to the performance last night, it was Casper night, I believe. So hopefully we had I think we had a pretty good crowd for a Tuesday. I know Tuesday is always, production wise, it's kind of always a little bit lighter crowd because we are right in not even the middle, the beginning of the week, the middle of our week, but the middle, kind of the beginning of a work week. So Wednesday is always a good night to go too. So crowd usually gets bigger and better as we go through the week, but I thought they were pretty good last night. I will say the vendors, we usually talk about, during the NFR show, we usually talk about the vendors. Substantially smaller vendor show, but always really great products. So did you have a chance to walk around?
Yeah, but I'm not really a shopper. I mean, I can come here to Lou
Really?
Tauberts. I can come in here and
Yeah.
go upstairs and look through all the old ropes, and whatnot, and ease around. But I just have no money to give them. But
Yeah. We're window shoppers.
are they?
here.
Are they? Is that new building up there?
Thank you for bringing that up. So
Is
Wyo
that-
Sports Ranch that is being built. Oh, it's kind of a bone of contention, I think, for some people that are here once a year, but it's being built up in the parking lot of the Ford Wyoming Center. I must said the old name. They actually are advertising next year a mercantile. So they're going to have over 130,000 square foot of vendor space.
So it'd be like the high school finals.
Yeah. So there's going to, I think it's a great idea, honestly. I'm not sure. I think we're probably pushing hotel capacity right now, but it'll be great for the community and great for everybody that's coming in. There's going to be a boatload more vendors, more vendor opportunities. If you've been on the wait list for 5 years, 25 years, then now's your opportunity to kind of get in a different building, but it's certainly within walking distance from the front doors.
Yeah, and it gives you a little more something to do in the afternoon.
Yeah.
I mean, you still got to come to Lou Tauberts. If you've never been here, you got to come just for the
You do have to come. What do we have? 3 great floors.
I thought it was 9.
Mm-hmm. Well,
How many floors? 9?
9.
3?
Yeah. What do they advertise? Amazing shopping opportunities just in downtown Casper alone.
A lot of stuff. You can
Yeah.
eat, drink. Well, you can drink this mustard sauce. I guess.
You could. I wouldn't recommend it. That is some good mustard, though. So, all right, you guys, we're going to take a little bit of a break, and then we're going to have some cowboys from Casper College join us. We'll be right back.
Nestled between Casper Mountain and the North Platte River, you'll find the heart of Wyoming. With a bustling downtown centered around our outdoor haven, Casper is for adventurers, freedom seekers, and rule breakers who find beauty off the beaten path. So untouchable history, a vibrant community, and uninterrupted outdoor recreation define your travel itinerary. Allow us to welcome you to the one and only Casper, Wyoming. Plan your trip at VisitCasper.com.
All right, hang tight. We got 3 chairs and 4 bodies. So,
Stand right here.
yeah, that's not awkward.
No.
That's all right. I'm a little awkward anyways, so you guys will fit in. All right. Yeah, Jim Boy said, I'm just saying what y'all are thinking. So there you go. So you guys are joining us live on Visit Casper CNFR Morning Show. Did you guys sign any autographs this morning?
Nope.
Well, you can sign one for me. I will take one.
We did a couple. Yeah, there's a couple. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So if you would, you might have to hold that up. Sorry, normally I would have you clip it, but you're going to have to share. So
That's all right.
hope you guys get along. If you would just introduce yourself. Obviously, we already talked about Casper College a little bit. So tell me what events you compete in, what year you are in school, what your favorite color is. The really important stuff.
Right.
Yeah. Okay,
Perfect.
go.
I'm Talon Elsher, 3rd year in Casper College. I ride bucking horses, saddle bronc, and just having a great time.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'm James Perrin. I ride saddle bronc horses, and this is my 2nd year in Casper.
Okay.
Just having a good time here.
And nobody has a favorite color?
Orange.
Orange. Perfect.
What's your favorite
I'm Chase Siemens. This is my first year at Casper College, and I ride bareback horses. But no favorite color, so I can't answer that
Oh
one.
my gosh.
East and West. I'm a freshman at Casper. I ride bucking horses. Yeah, I'm not sure of my favorite color.
Favorite color.
You can just say green. Let's just go with green.
Casper Red.
You could, there you go. That makes way more sense.
Yeah.
Casper Red. Okay, so I am interested. Are all of you guys college rodeoing and riding professional at the same time?
Yeah.
What is the difference between professional and college in your mind?
Really, I don't know. You got to do the same things at the pro rodeos as you do. You got to do the college rodeos. competition probably gets a little stouter when you go to pro rodeos, but just kind of all depending on where you go.
Yeah.
Everybody's got the same goal in mind, and everybody tries just as hard, so it pushes you to be your best.
Do you think they try just as hard?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So you know that we have that saying like college try.
Yeah.
Is there a difference?
I don't think so. I mean, when you get on the back of a bucket horse, all these boys can.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna get your butt kicked if you're not trying.
Yeah, no, for sure. So.
All right, okay, just pass the mic and we'll go through. I'll ask kind of different questions for everybody. So, I know you rode your third one last night.
Yeah.
When are you? Now you just sit and wait.
Yeah.
you
Wait
go.
till Saturday, I guess.
How are you sitting? I mean, what does it look like for you? Are you done?
really
Is there a
looked like-
chance?
I think there's a chance.
Okay, so
Should
what's your
be.
plan for the rest of the week?
Just hang out and have fun, I guess.
Don't have too much fun.
Yeah.
That's never a problem.
There's no such thing.
There's no such thing.
Okay. So are you entered in other rodeos this week, or are you just going to stick around here?
We got one on Saturday, Crystal Dew Days, and that's about it. But
So you'll go up there during the day,
then
in
come
theory,
back. Yeah.
come back down.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Hopefully.
All right. What are you studying in school?
Egg business.
And what are your plans
No, I
to
don't,
rodeo forever,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And do you have a plan B?
No.
Or do you just put everything in plan A?
yeah, no plan B.
Plan B just
That
kind of
makes me nervous. The mom side, like, makes me nervous.
Plan B just kind of comes around.
Yeah. Okay, so go ahead and pass the mic a little bit here. I am interested. We are seeing a lot of transition in the rodeo world. I wouldn't say transition, but maybe just more contestants that are treating themselves as athletes. Are you guys doing the same thing? I mean, do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah, like working out.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, are you guys seeing the same thing in the college ranks? And what are you doing to kind of keep yourself at the top of your game?
I'll just eat healthy, be healthy, and do a little working out here and there.
A little. Look at you're smirking, which means like once a week.
I don't work out. I just kind of wake up and go to work, and that's about all I do.
Yeah.
I don't like working out.
Well, I mean, you're what? How old are you?
21.
Yeah. You just wait.
It'll probably come around and bite me in the butt. But.
Someday. That's what they say. All right, go ahead and pass that over. Let's see. What are you studying in school?
Just studying egg business.
Okay.
Kind of gonna try and use as a backup plan. It'll help out on the ranch.
There you go.
So it'll work out down the road.
Okay. And your future plans? I feel like this is the answer to this question for everyone. Like y'all are just gonna rodeo as long as you can, right?
Let me try.
Yeah.
It's the plan.
And then no plan B. Okay, that makes me nervous. That makes me nervous. No plan B.
Being a ranch country kid, there's
Yeah,
always a
that's
plan B that'll come along for you.
yeah,
But, no,
for sure.
Just kind of try to not have to go to plan B.
Absolutely. So, have you rode your third?
Yeah, I rode my third last night, so
Okay.
I'm just waiting now till
Now you just wait.
until Friday's over and see.
Is that stressful,
It is, but
or
most
would
times
you
it's better
prefer
just
to
to
be
not-
done
yeah,
and then you just wait?
we'll see. I don't know.
I mean,
I think
not
right
done.
now I'm just kind of not worrying about it and seeing where it ends up because
Okay.
at the end of the day, we're all here just to ride bucking horses, and
Yep.
that's the main goal. So
Perfect. Well, I want to thank you guys. I know that this is probably outside your comfort zone, but that's where the growth happens,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
So thank you so much. I appreciate your time. And I hear rumor that Sandy Bob is going to join us for the morning show on Friday.
Sandy Bob.
I know. I'm pretty excited. I feel like I've put it out in the universe now, so he has to.
Yeah.
He can't back out. So if you guys want to join us, or one or two of you want to join us on Friday, even if just to stand over there and make fun of him,
Yeah.
might have to show up to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's something I don't think we want.
as long as he can keep it PG.
Yeah. But
Which-
you might need to write him a script.
Yeah, if y'all know Sandy Bob, that should be a good one. So
Yeah.
thank you guys so much. I appreciate your time. You guys have a great week. Enjoy.
Thank you.
You guys live here in your college season, so you know all the cool things to do.
Oh yeah. Might go do some putt pucking later.
Oh yeah. Listen, buyer beware today on the putt-putt, because I'm pretty sure the Boys and Girls Club is there today. Yeah. So, I mean, you probably would make a lot of kids' day if you did that.
I got to go out putt them, but
Oh, yeah, totally.
they'll putt their putt.
My kid is there, so you should do that.
Yeah.
All right, you guys go ahead and I'll wrap this show up.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We are the VisitCasper CNFR Morning Show. We will be back tomorrow morning. We've got a special guest tomorrow morning, Shelby Rasmussen with Learfield Sports. They have a new college rodeo division, and we're going to get all the details on that. You guys, if you don't have your tickets, this is the 75th annual CNFR and the 25th year we've been in Casper. And I can't tell you, as a Casperite, how excited we are to have the college rodeo back in town. So you guys, we'll see you tomorrow.
And stand up with that kind of don't give up tough.